All right, you've seen the headlines, right? You've heard all the buzz. Today, we're going to cut through the noise and get straight to the heart of generative AI. We're breaking down what it is, how it really works, and what it means for, well, all of us. So let's dive right in. So let's just start with this, a pretty big question. What if a machine could do more than just crunch numbers or analyze data? What if it could actually create something totally new, something that's never existed before? You know, like a brand new painting, a song, a story that's completely original. That's the rabbit hole we're going down today. Okay, so what is it officially? Well, generative AI is this really advanced kind of artificial intelligence. And its whole job isn't just to sort through information we already have. No, it learns from these massive data sets. And then it generates something completely new from scratch. The key thing to remember is this. It's not doing a copy and paste job. It's a creator. All right, let's just get this out of the way because I know it's on everyone's mind. What about jobs? And look, that's a totally fair question with any new tech. But the way this is being framed, it's a bit different. The big idea isn't about replacing people. Think of it more like a tool that empowers us, like a creative co-pilot, you know? It's here to give us all some pretty amazing new superpowers. So you might be wondering, how does this stuff actually work? I mean, it kind of seems like magic, right? Well, it's not. It all boils down to a few core models. You can think of these as the engines driving the whole thing. We're going to pop the hood and look at the three big ones: GANs, VAEs, and yeah, the one you've definitely been hearing about, the transformer model. Okay, first up, we've got GANs. That stands for Generative Adversarial Networks. And these are, well, they're just fascinating. They work using something called unsupervised learning. So picture this. You show a computer thousands of pictures of cats, but you never once tell it, hey, that's a cat. It just looks at all of them and starts to figure out the patterns, the essence of catness, all by itself. Pretty wild, right? And this right here, this is where you really see what GANs can do. You can feed one of these models thousands and thousands of photos of real human faces, and then it can just generate a brand new one. The face it creates looks totally 100% real, but get this, there is no human on this earth who looks exactly like this. It's a completely believable person who doesn't exist. So how in the world do they get so realistic? It's actually a pretty cool concept. A GAN is made of two parts that are basically in a constant battle with each other. First, you have the generator. Think of it like a super skilled art forger trying to paint a fake masterpiece. Then you have the discriminator, who's like a sharp-eyed detective trying to spot the fake. They go back and forth, and this constant competition forces the forger to get so ridiculously good that the detective literally can't tell the difference anymore. And this same process can even be used to take a blurry or tiny image and add stunningly realistic detail. Okay, moving on to our second big model, the VAE, or Variational Autoencoder. Now, just like GANs, it's a kind of neural network, but it's usually used for a totally different and honestly just as amazing purpose. And this is probably the use you've seen all over the internet. I'm talking about tools like DALL-E. A lot of them are powered by VAEs. What's so cool is how simple it is for us, the user. You just write a sentence, they call it a prompt, like, I don't know, a koala dunking a basketball. And here's the magic. The AI doesn't just see the word koala and basketball. It actually understands the relationship between them, the action. And then poof, it generates a brand new, super realistic image out of thin air. It's literally turning your words into pictures. And that brings us to the big one, the third model, the one that really changed everything and blasted generative AI into the mainstream. I'm talking about the transformer model. And here's the thing. If you've ever used ChatGPT, you've used a transformer. Now this is the real aha moment. See, we're all used to AI like Siri or Alexa, right? You ask a question, they follow the command, and pull up information that already exists somewhere. But a transformer model, like the one in ChatGPT, is totally different. It's transformational. Its superpower is understanding not just the words, but the context and the relationships between the words. It pays attention to what matters in a sentence. That's why it feels like it actually understands you. It's not just finding information, it's generating brand new, unique content. This is the leap from a conversational tool to a true creative partner. Okay, so we've looked under the hood at the engines. Now let's check out the actual vehicles, the tools that people like you and me are using every single day. This is where all that theory hits the road. So yeah, obviously we've got ChatGPT for text and DALL-E for images,
But wow, it goes so much further than that. You've got tools like Synthesia that can create an entire video for you. AI avatar, voiceover, the whole shebang, all from just a text script. And then you've got things like Jukebox from OpenAI, which can compose totally original music from scratch. You want classical? You got it. Hip hop? No problem. The sheer range of creative power here, it's just incredible.
So the big question is, why all the hype right now? What's the big deal? Well, it's simple. This isn't some science fiction concept we're talking about for 10 years down the road. It's here. The future has arrived, and it is absolutely generative. If you want to grasp just how big this is, just look at this one number, 100 million. That's how many active users ChatGPT had by January 2023. And get this, that was only 2 months after it launched. To put that in perspective, it took Instagram 2.5 years to get there. This isn't just a trend, this is a tidal wave. So who are these 100 million people? And this, to me, is the most amazing part. It's not just developers and tech geniuses, no. It's social media managers, it's artists, it's writers, entrepreneurs. Basically, it's everybody. This technology isn't locked away in some lab. It's like a brand new creative tool, like a paintbrush or a guitar, and it's been handed out to the entire world. So here's the bottom line. Generative AI is already changing things in a huge way. It's not coming soon, it's here, right now. Businesses are already using it, totally new kinds of jobs are popping up because of it, and it's completely shifting how we think about our work, whether you're in a creative field or, well, any field. And that really brings us right to the end. The technology is here. The tools are out there, they're easy to use, and literally millions of people are already making incredible things with them. So really, there's only one question left to ask. This technology is in your hands now. What are you going to create with it?